So this was something that was brought up to me a couple days ago, and I didn't really think much of it. Now I'm seeing that some betting websites are actually having us as like the second or either the favorite to land Dexter Lawrence. And listen, I'm gonna call him it one time in this video, Sexy Dexy. That's like his nickname. Okay, I don't want to, no weird stuff going on there. But anyway, it's one of those things where it's like, what would we trade for? If we could trade for one position or we made a big trade, who would we trade for? D tackle is not a position I thought they would go for because our run defense is actually pretty good. Pass rushing unit is absolutely awful, but Shamar Stewart did look good before he got hurt, and then obviously we do have Trey Hendrickson. But having another guy on that defensive line would be absolutely amazing. So yeah, this is like the talk of the town right now that maybe the Bengals are gonna trade for someone, like Sexy Dexy. Especially because the Giants season is not going the way you want it to go. And you gotta make a move. Listen, I think this is a long shot, but this is actually gaining a little bit of steam, and it interests me a little bit because I thought if it was gonna be a Giants trade, we were going to talk about, oh yeah, the Bengals are going to trade for Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson. Instead, it's like, hey, what about Dexter Lawrence, who, again, like I said, 27 years old and still 27 years old and is playing at the top of his game right now. His contract is really not that insanely crazy. Keep in mind, again, go over here, his salary cap hit. We wouldn't pay his salary cap hit. That's, guaranteed money. We would just be paying his base salary, which is this year $15.5 million. There's a potential out next year, and then 18.5, and then 15.5. So that's what we would be paying as the Bengals here, just his base salary. All the other money, guaranteed money, that's all paid for already by the Giants. So if they do unload him and they potentially want to make a trade with us, I would not be against the idea. I would love to have Dexter Lawrence. Again, would it fix our immediate problem? No. I think it would help out in the pass rushing department, and that's always a W, right? I would love to have him for that reason. It's not going to fix our offensive line. It's not going to fix our quarterback issue. But if we're going to start making moves like this, then you can start, slowly, bit and piece, going down the list of things you can fix. Again, this is not like a 1-year rental. This is a guy that would be on the squad for we will most likely play out his contract for the next 4 years. So it wouldn't be a bad concept or bad idea. It's one of those things where it's it's out of left field. I really didn't think about, oh yeah, Dexter Lawrence, that's the guy we should go after. But hey, if the Bengals want him, go after him. Let's do it. Making this defense better, especially going with Jake Browning and having to deal with, definitely a downgrade at the quarterback position. Way downgraded to Joe Burrow, let's be honest. But, making your defense better is always a good thing. I would also like to work on safety if we could. So maybe like get Dexter Lawrence and then go out there maybe and sign like Justin Simmons or Mike Edwards or something. Kind of help out in that department. But you go out there and make a big move like this, there's going to be questions of why you didn't just keep or sign Trey to a long-term deal. But, that's going to be a whole thing. But this guy's 27 years old. He's young. He has plenty of time to continue to get better and continue to improve. And, under Al Golden's defense, I think really, in all honesty, anything is humanly possible. Let's look at his stats, though. So far this year, it looks like he hasn't put up any sacks. But he's also a D tackle, so I'm not expecting. But although he is actually pretty good at pass rushing. 9 sacks last year, 4.5, 7.5, 2.5, 4, and then 2.5. How's his injuries look? So last year he played 12 games. It looks like every year pretty much, other than last year, he's looking pretty good. And he's been on the Giants his whole entire career, so it's not like a guy who's been like passed around. This is a guy who's been pretty consistent for one team. So I'm all for it, man. What would we have to give up for Dexter Lawrence? I feel like it would be See, I sometimes overvalue some of these players. I feel like it would be a second or third round pick for him. That's what I feel like would be. I don't think the Giants would per se want a player out of this or a player back. I think this would just be like, hey, give us a draft pick. We're going to start stacking up our draft picks. And, now with them going with Jackson Dart, they're going to look at the future and kind of try to build around Jackson Dart. So, maybe, again, crazy concept here, but maybe if they wanted to, they could also throw Jameis Winston in the, package for a trade. Like, we give them like a second round pick and maybe like a seventh. Maybe we exchange seventh round picks and they give us Jameis Winston and they give us Dexter Lawrence. I wouldn't be against the concept there. Maybe even throw an offensive lineman, although Giants offensive line is awful, so I don't know how much I really want to touch that concept. But yeah, hey, listen, I'm all for it, man, especially if we win this Broncos game, you make this trade right away, because now you're talking about, like, things are starting to shake out a lot more. So, tell me down below your thoughts, opinions. See you guys next one.